I didn't know he did that. Dude, you're digging your own grave. I mean, I'm also digging his grave. I mean, we can both dig his grave. It's fine. Hello, guys. Welcome back to some more ASTROLOGASTER. Let's figure out if you can ever trust a guy again, shall we? I mean, there's only one answer, apparently. Emilia secretly wishes to commit adultery with a man of high intelligence. Friends have been unwed in something. The relationship betwixt Emilia and me is currently wrought by confusion. God rewards men who invest time in their friendships. Mistrania is ignorant in love. She inspires, but ignorance is reversed. Given to her true feelings. Emilia's letter is betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare, and Emilia's present adversary may bring change to new life from a child. I don't know. This?
To your question of whether there yet be a man in this world worthy of your trust and affections, forsooth, I have never seen an arrangement of stars that speaks so clearly.
Verily? Then pray tell, what answer does it give?
My dear lady, the answer you seek need not be divined by reading the stars. It may be read in the signs you see before you now. To wit, the answer you seek is right in front of you.
I'm afraid I do not follow, Dr. Forman.
What?
'Tis your feather quill, a half-eaten apple, your desk is a little untidy, and I must confess the symbolism in Flemish still life painting has always quite confounded me. Take a skull, for instance. What sense does a skull make alongside a bowl of... Below. 'Tis clear to me now, your face was always hid in shadow, but 'tis you, Mr. Forman. You are the man who has been prowling me these last months.
Dearest, loveliest Emilia, allow me to profess to you my undying admiration for your charms.
Wait, what
which
now?
are not insignificant.
God's womb, et tu, Dr. Forman. Fie, you of all men to betray me thus. But 'tis true. I now see the answer. For I know now never again to trust a man to guide me. Henceforth, I shall write under my own name, and when there are decisions to be made, I shall take my own counsel and make my own judgments.
That's good for you, actually.
Methinks I do at last understand that prediction you made for me some years ago, Dr. Forman. The one about how belief is required if I am to succeed. 'Tis a belief I must hold not in the inevitability of my own personal success, but of the successes of the women who will come after me. Farewell, Dr. Forman, and clean your desk. Verily, 'tis quite disgusting.
I didn't know he did that. Dude, you're digging your own grave. I mean, I'm also digging his grave. I mean, we can both dig his grave. It's fine. I already received a letter of recommendation, though, so I don't really mind. So I must proceed not to encourage my husband Nicholas in his fanciful notions. I bid you consider the trouble you are causing our family embodying his delusions. Mug. What do you mean?
Lancelot Moore is of a great house. Much does depend, much, on his choice of a spouse. He must be consecrate wealth, no matter the cost to love and to have.
Bad for him, I guess.
Good day to you, young sir, and well met. You are Lancelot Moore of Middlesex, are you not? What an honour it is to welcome a son of the great house of Moore to my humble consulting chambers.
'Tis indeed I, Lancelot Moore. I will own it. But hear this. My family is ignorant of my designs in coming here, and I wish them to remain so. Which is why I come to you, Mr. Forman, for methinks you are not such a man who would ever find himself in the company of a family such as ours.
Ah, well, you may count upon my discretion, Mr. Moore. And what is the matter that brings you this day?
'Tis that my family wish me to marry my wretched cousin Barbara.
And I take it you would not wish to comply.
Nay, I verily would not. Cousin Barbara is a vile little minx. She loves nothing more than to sport with me and play cruel japes. Last Christmas, she even hid a dead mouse in my mince pie.
The lady does seem most
Nasty.
spirited.
The lady? Oh, pish. Cousin Barbara is hardly a lady, for she is not 14 years of age. It is most unnatural to ask a grown man to wed a child.
Indeed it is. 'Tis my belief that in these enlightened times we should consider...
Verily, Barbara be damned. My heart belongs to a true woman, not a freckled, scrawny slip of a girl. A full-blossomed woman.
A woman, you say?
Aye, Marion, my other cousin.
I see.
Ah, Marion, so beguiling are her shapely charms. Oh, to lie, if not to die, in Marion's arms. So soft her lips, so sweet her face. Oh, how I yearn for her embrace. In me she hath such passion stirred, a fever rises in my...
Wow.
But nay, I pray for death, and would be martyred if from her I be thus parted. And so you see, you must help me forestall this wretched marriage, so that I might wed my sweet cousin Marion. Mr. Forman? Mr. Forman?
Yes, indeed. Let us see what the stars advise. How might Mr. Moore avoid this marriage to his cousin Barbara?
That's a good question. An appeal may induce him to travel abroad. Moore will be able to extract himself from engagement once he has come of age and has control over his fortune. Betray his family by serving his country, he should go to war. What? So that's war? And lies the keys to averting his engagement. God's aid will come via cousin Barbara, who is both intelligent and rebellious. Barbara is secretly unhappy about the marriage. If Moore spreads a rumor about Barbara being sexually active, the marriage plans will be abruptly cancelled. The house suggests Barbara is with Charles. She may not be as chaste as she seems. She's 14. I guess this? I don't know.
It is apparent you do not wish to marry your cousin Barbara. But have you considered whether she wishes to marry you?
Nay, but I cannot think why she would not want to marry me. I am exceeding eligible.
Aye, doubtless you are, Mr. Moore. But do you not think her unkind japes may indicate she harbors some degree of malice towards you?
Mayhap you are right. I did find a toad in my bed Thursday last. 'Tis as if Barbara were possessed by a demon.
Oh, not a
Very
demon,
possibly.
no.
And thus possessed, she may be distracted and not wholly aware of your, fine qualities. I advise you to simply bide your time, for the stars suggest she is a cunning maid who plans to thwart the marriage using a method of her own devising.
Verily? Then I will leave it all to Barbara, as you advise. But it shall be on your head if I'm forced to marry her, Mr. Forman.
Oh boy. Little please. Okay, that's not good.
Hear ye, hear ye. Spanish Armada nears English coast. Nation prepares for invasion whilst Queen searches for missing navy. Hear ye.
Oh no. As Spanish ships near our shores, the Queen's crown troops prepare for what promised to be a blood-soaked slaughter of the Englishmen by continental Catholic savages. With England's coast undefended, experts predict the Spanish ships will be sailing up the Thames or London within days. Sources of the royal court say the Queen is more than little vexed by the absence of the Royal Navy, which experts describe as lost.
Wench, be sure to marry, lest ye be branded a witch. If Mary sees you keeping cats against you, she will snitch. Beware of Mistress Mary Page, she is a nosy fowl.
Oh, I messed up big time.
Blessed even, Dr. Forman.
Mistress Payne, what brings you in such weather? 'Tis most dangerous to be about in it.
Oh, it takes more than a little wind and rain to forestall me from doing the Lord's work. Besides, foul weather is naught but God's righteous vengeance upon London for the sinful debauchery of its inhabitants.
Verily? Then I dread to think what northerners get up to of an evening.
Pray heed me carefully, Dr. Forman, for 'tis on a most pressing matter that I am come. Doubtless you have heard the news. The Spanish Armada does sail once again towards England's shores. It seems this latest Armada was most unexpected.
Well, as 'tis oft said, no one expects the Spanish Armada.
'Tis
I was about to
very
say, nobody
grave this time,
expects the
for I
Spanish
have
Inquisition.
heard tell that our own warships are far away at sea, and with our coasts undefended, a Catholic horde may soon be sailing up the Thames to slay us all.
Aye, our situation is most grave indeed. But what would you have me tell you, Mistress Payne?
I wish to know whether the English fleet will arrive home in time to defend our shores, or might we ordinary folk be compelled to take up arms to defend ourselves? Dr. Forman, are you ready to beat off the Catholics, come what may?
Am I ready to beat off the... Prithee, madam, let us pray the need never arises. Perchance the stars will offer us some reassurance. Will the Royal Naval Fleet return home in time to defend England from the Spanish Armada?
Now they just want me to guess. I'm gonna say maybe. Have the plans thwarted the deadly unpredictable event? The Spanish fleet will be delayed due to the illness of the... No. The authority is gonna be trusted. The Royal Navy is due to reckless and misguided pursuit of gold. Visions will be thwarted by confusion. Unpleasant will result from cunning plan to steal goods. Sure, this one. I don't even know.
Madam, know you of Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex? Or of Sir Walter Raleigh, perchance?
Oh, young Lord Devereux, such a talented young man. My niece is especially taken with him.
Well, it would seem the pair did take the royal fleet on an expedition to intercept and seize gold being transported back to Spain from the New World. But their plan went awry, and now they are lost at sea. I am afeard that, short of a miracle, a Spanish invasion is indeed imminent.
Her Majesty would risk her realm and the lives of her subjects for the sake of gold. Then our present danger does not surprise me. England's downfall will be God's punishment for our Queen's greed and avarice.
It wasn't the green, though.
To be fair to Her Majesty, I do not imagine she gave Devereux and Raleigh permission to...
Oh, my days! With a Spanish invasion nigh, I know not how to calm my anxious passions. Methinks I shall take to bed with Paul and Matthew this even.
What?
Oh, yes, I see. The Book of Paul and the Book of Matthew. Aye, verily. Holy Scripture does give great comfort to a distressed mind. God keep ye well, Mistress Payne.
Oh, this is turning very bad. Alright. So I must congratulate you on the sterling counsel you gave me in relation to my horrid cousin Barbara, whom my parents did wish me to marry. As you did predict, she wretched little fiend did at length to contrive a method for ending our engagement. She has run off with the Earl of Shrewsbury. Woo! Thank goodness.
Pray take care, for say did you hear what the Countess says about peace? They corrupt your humors and cause cancer tumors, so doubtless they're causing your goddess disease.
Okay.
Good morrow, Mr. Mugg. Back again so soon. And yet your red spots do seem to have faded.
Aye, those spots were naught but the work of fleas. My wife did beat the rugs and banish the dogs from the house. She'll be beating and banishing me next if she has her way.
Well, I am glad to hear you are faring better. What brings you this day?
I have a humoral imbalance and need treating for it.
A humoral imbalance, you say? Well, 'tis true that an imbalance of humours can affect a man's mood. For instance, an excess of black bile, which is a cold, dry humour, can provoke feelings of melancholy, whereas yellow bile
is hot and dry. I thank ye for the explanation, Dr. Forman, but I did learn all about humours when I took supper with my friend Mistress Ollingworth. She has a humoral imbalance and takes medicine for it. Hence, I am come this day for medicine to treat my own imbalance.
I see. And what mental symptoms are you experiencing? Any unusual or troubling feelings?
Aye, very troubling. Why, I find myself a-fretting and a-pacing all the day long. Even my wife has remarked upon it.
Anxiety and agitation. Pray tell, did these feelings begin before or after you spoke with your friend, Mistress Ollingworth?
Let me see now. After, methinks. Aye, after. Why? Does that matter?
Yes, quite possibly. But let us see what these stars do have to say. What humoral imbalance does ail my querent, Nicholas Mugg?
I mean, I don't know. There's occasion symptoms of anger, impatience, and irritability. Nope, it is this one.
Have you a diagnosis yet? This day I am to dine with Mistress Ollingworth, and I wish to tell her all about it.
Aye, 'tis done. You have an imbalance of phlegm in your bowels. Not only does this cause constipation, it does also provoke a condition of the mind called retention of the anus.
What?
With retention of the anus, the sufferer is prone to fixation and obsession. Is there, perchance, a particular subject upon which you think you may fixate or obsess? Prithee, sir, take your time to think.
Nay, I cannot say as I do fixate or obsess over anything. Methinks your diagnosis must be wrong.
Well, it was worth a try.
Aye, well, doubtless you will have better luck with the stars next time, eh? Good day, Dr. Forman.
Alright, well, probably didn't like it, but I'm guessing I was right anyway.
Hear ye, hear ye! Spanish Armada sunk by English storm! Hear ye!
Proving once again, the God loves England more than our Catholic enemies. The Spanish naval fleet has been defeated by a mighty storm that has been raging in the English Channel for 3 days. As the Armadas fled back to Spain, beachcombers have advised to wait for the storm to abate before looting corpses. Ooh.
Here comes a son of noble birth. Know you how much his father is worth? For such a boy advantage is bought, entitled to much, deserving of naught.
Oh, sirrah, I have dire need of your counsel.
Pray calm yourself, sir, and tell me of this urgent affair.
Oh, verily, 'tis most urgent. A fair maiden has my heart, a maid with hair of shining gold and eyes so blue the finest sapphires grow pale with envy. But she is a most pious and demure in nature, and has many other suitors. How might I win her favour?
Golden hair? But in our last consultation, let me see here in my notes. Yes, you told me your heart belonged to a maid with hair of onyx black that doth make the finest ebony go grey with envy.
You mean my cousin Marion? Pish! That was naught but a childish fancy. I bid you, Forman, pray focus on the matter at hand, for if you do not help me win my true love's favour, my bursting heart will tear asunder, my soul will wither unto...
Aye, as you will. Let us see what guidance can be had from the stars. How may Lancelot Moore win the heart of this golden-haired maiden?
Alright, that's easy. Just give her rats. Sudden religious conversion through Netflix, okay. You rise self-discipline and patient. Nope. Brutish nature. The maid's secret nature is hidden beneath the veil of false religious flavor. More may win the lady's hand in marriage truly and fine things. More should lie about the size of his fortune, a trifling task for such an over something. A maid father has deceitful business part. What? Let's go with this one, I guess.
This maid does give off an air of piety, but in truth, she is no different from others of her sex. It would seem she hides a secret fondness for jewels and fine nicks and knacks. The stars also indicate that you would do well to make much of your masculine qualities of strength and bravery.
A most excellent plan, Forman. Mayhap I take my love to the finest bear-baiting ring in London. For there she will see I do never flinch at the sight of blood spilled. And as for fine things, I will impress her by wearing twice my usual number of necklaces and earrings. Verily, I will this very moment go to my tailor to order a much wider ruff.
Oh, this is gonna be awful. Still only little pleased, huh?
Alice but she likes a drink. She does care not what you think. Her head may end up down the sink, but Alice cares not what you think.
Alright.
Good day, Mistress Black. What brings you?
Oh, Dr. Forman, I have worked myself into such a state that I have urgent need of you.
Oh, you have you? Well then, let me just,
Yea, I have urgent need of your counsel. I am certain that my husband Blarg is hiding a shameful secret from me. As you doubtless did note from my flushedness of face and heaving of bosom, I burn with the fever of suspicion and curiosity.
Indeed, I did remark a fever upon your person, and wish fervently that I may bring it to a speedy resolution. Let us see. What is this secret that your husband Thomas Blarg hides from you?
Oh boy, I know what it is. Religious romance? Nope. Is the intelligence? Yes, Alice impressed by authority and intelligence. The secret relates to such fortune. Would it be right to reveal what I know to her? Yes, it would. Alice's husband misdirected. Yeah, sure.
I fear the secret your husband hides is a sudden transformation from wealth to pauperdom. For he has been careless with your family's finances by making a series of bad business investments.
Lawks a mercy, that boil-brained chump has ruined us. Upon my virtue, I can hardly bear to think on it. Nay, I cannot even. Say, is that medicinal wine I spy on the shelf behind you, good sir? Prithee, pour your patient a dose of it. Simon makes a fine figure when he reads the stars wisely. Mayhap I stay a while and take wine and a little else with him.
No, you will not. Do not do that. Don't do that. Oh no, he did it. What's with him? Stop sleeping with the freaking women, dude.
Alas, for little Emma, such sorrow she has borne, since she was made a maid, she has much to mourn. 'Tis vexing, 'tis alas, for Lady Anne, such sorrow she has borne.
Well, that's also kind of my fault.
Good day, Mistress Delamere.
Good day, Dr. Forman. 'Tis Lady Dyer now. I remarried after poor Mr. Delamere passed.
Verily? Oh, I am full sorry to hear of your husband's demise, my lady.
'Twas his weak heart, as you did warn me. John collapsed and died at a mask ball, for someone, we know not whom, came to the ball dressed as a monstrous spider. Poor Mr. Delamere. He was always so afeard of spiders.
Oh, what a ghastly business. You must have been most distressed.
Yes, I was. So I hope you will understand why I worry for the health of my new husband, Lord Dyer. Mayhap 'tis not at all, and yet...
And yet you would wish to know so that you may rest easier. Why, of course, my lady. Pray, describe Lord Dyer's troubles to me, no matter how trifling they may seem to you.
Well, I have noted that my husband awakens many times in the night to make water. Mayhap 'tis the reason why he tires so easily during the day. And he does oft complain of thirst and hunger, even after meals.
Frequent urination, tiredness, dog-like appetite, and thirst. Be there anything else?
There is also a small wound on his hand. It does not appear grave, yet it has not healed, even though it be some weeks since he cut himself.
Oh no.
A wound that will not heal. Then let us see what the stars have to say. Be there any grave illness troubling Mr. John Delamere?
He's
Methinks
dying.
You mean Lord Henry Dyer, Dr. Foreman.
I beseech your pardon, my lady. What illness troubles Lord Henry Dyer?
No, he's not been bewitched. With the diabetes? No, it's this one.
You may calm your fears, my lady. Nothing is the matter with your husband besides the wound on his lordship's hand.
He has no grave afflictions, then? You predict no illness that could provoke his death?
Nay, my lady. For the treatment of his hand, Lord Dyer might consider seeing his barber surgeon and having him apply leeches to the wound. 'Twill draw out corrupted blood and hasten the healing.
How well it is to receive such reassurance from you, Dr. Foreman.
He's so gonna die.
I shall at once to home go and beseech Lord Dyer to call upon his barber surgeon. God give you good day.
Took my advice a little ill. What? Oh well.
Here comes Davy's Island. She must love fallen still.
Oh boy.
Else would she have come here? Mayhap she's gravely ill.
This is great. Well, we'll see what she wants in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. If you want to see more from me, search for 8000. Click the subscribe button. And I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, stay awesome.